Did you know low magnesium levels make vitamin D ineffective? And up to 50% of the US population is magnesium deficient. Magnesium also plays many other crucial roles in the body, such as supporting muscle and nerve function, as well as energy production and sleep regulation. My holistic doctor told me to start taking magnesium. I tried multiple pills from different brands and didn't see much of a difference in my sleep. Then Ned came out with a new and improved formulation of their naked magnesium powder. This new formulation contains no sweeteners, no flavorings, and no gums. And since I already was a fan of their CBD, I decided to give their naked magnesium powder a try. The very first night, I noticed a difference in my sleep. Not only did I fall asleep quicker, but I stayed asleep through the night. And the best part is that I didn't wake up groggy the next morning. So if you are looking for a magnesium supplement, may I strongly recommend Ned's Naked Magnesium Powder. I have full confidence this will benefit your sleep and ultimately your life. So become the best version of yourself and get 15% off Ned products with code DIGEST. Go to helloned.com/digest or enter code DIGEST at checkout. Hey guys, welcome to the Digest This podcast. I'm your host, Bethany, aka Lil Sipper on Instagram. And today we're talking about foods that contain yeast extract and also is yeast extract MSG. So stay tuned. You do not want to miss this episode. So going right into it, I'm sure you've heard and seen yeast extract in your food labels. And when you're reading ingredients, as I know most of you do, you may be wondering what yeast extract really is. So yeast extract has replaced monosodium glutamate, aka MSG, as a taste booster in most processed foods because it appears to be a natural ingredient on food labels, and companies are more aware of the fact that consumers want to stay away from MSG. However, yeast extract contains the same concentrated free glutamic acid as MSG. The increasing use of yeast extracts in foods, ranging from soups and sauces to meats and canned fish even, is due to its distinctive taste resulting from the peptides and amino acids formed by yeast protein. So let's look a bit deeper into where yeast extract is most commonly found so you can be aware and more educated on what to look for when shopping. So yeast extract is a clear and water-soluble product formed after the protein enzymes in the yeast dissolve. There are light versions of yeast extracts used in light-colored foods, such as bouillon and chicken broth, and darker versions for heavier soups. Canned and frozen soups contain yeast extract to enhance their taste and highlight the flavor of meaty or cheesy ingredients. Adding yeast extract is a widespread practice throughout the food industry, and it can be commonly found in soups labeled, and I quote, natural and without MSG. So always read the ingredient list. Research by Vanderbilt University has found that although the Food and Drug Administration does not prohibit the use of yeast extract, even when the name is used to disguise the presence of MSG, the quantity of free glutamate it contains poses problems for MSG-sensitive individuals who experience its effects as toxic. And before we get into the next foods containing yeast extract, why don't we touch on what those MSG symptoms and reactions are to those sensitive, because you may be experiencing them and not even know it's linked. Reactions called MSG symptom complex include headache, flushing, sweating, face pressure or tightness, lack of feeling, aka numbness, tingling or burning in the face, neck, and other areas, quick fluttering heartbeats, chest pain, feeling sick, such as nausea and weakness. It also has an effect on our brain health. Glutamate plays an important role in our brain function. For starters, it acts as a neurotransmitter, which is a chemical substance that stimulates nerve cells to transmit signals. Some studies claim that MSG can lead to brain toxicity by causing excessive glutamate levels in the brain to overstimulate nerve cells, resulting in cell death. Obesity and metabolic disorders. Now, MSG has also been associated with an increased risk of metabolic disorders such as insulin resistance, high blood pressure, and diabetes. So it's obvious that MSG has effects on the human body, sensitive or not. I won't go into the many other effects it has, but I encourage you to look into this yourself. All right, so bakery items. Yeast extract is compatible with all cereal-based products and bakery goods, and it is used widely in these foods. Because it is stable during the processing of foods, it can be frozen, used in a microwave, or baked. And in its powdered form, it is used in the dough of cakes, donuts, muffins, rolls, and croissants, and so forth and so forth. So it's, again, used to make these foods taste good and make their flavor stronger and obviously more appealing and the flavors more well-rounded. Sauces, gravies, salad dressings, spices, and savory mixes are prime examples of foods containing yeast extract as well. In fact, yeast extract is sold pure under a variety of brand names to be used at home to flavor soups, stews, and casseroles. I've even seen yeast extract in like certified organic seasonings and dip mixes. So remember, just because it's certified organic, non-GMO, paleo, and whatever other labels are out there, that doesn't give it a free pass to be labeled as clean and yeast-free. Many snack foods, including crackers, pretzels, and even boxed macaroni and cheese, depend on yeast extract for their enticing flavors. In particular, kale chips, potato chips, cheese-flavored items such as dips, sauces, mac and cheese, and flavored chips, cheese alternatives, even fresh nut cheeses, breads and baked goods, which I previously mentioned, many pre-sliced deli meats, and dried cup of noodles and other similar items such as that. So regardless if I mentioned if yeast extract was in your favorite foods or not, it's up to you to look and read ingredients. And hopefully you're a little more aware of why yeast extract should be avoided and why I have personally avoided it for years. I encourage you to share this episode with just 2 friends and see where the conversation goes. For me, it's always helpful to share something I'm interested in with others by simply saying, hey, listen to this, instead of having them listen to me. It's a way to help them better understand you and the reason why you make the decisions you do by simply sharing this podcast. And eventually, they will start to understand the reason you make the choices you do, and they may even start making those choices with you. Thanks for listening to this episode of Digest This. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review in your podcast app to let us know. If you're ever wondering how you can support me and this podcast, sharing it with your friends and family is the best way. This is a Resonant Media production produced by Drake Peterson and edited by Chris McComb. To email the show, message us at digestthispod@gmail.com. See you next time. The content of this show is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for individual medical and mental health advice and does not constitute a provider-patient relationship. As always, talk to your doctor or health team first.